Oh my god, you guys, this video is about to be so freaking fun because I have almost 40 palettes in front of me, and you know how I get when we talk about palettes, but these palettes are all of my favorite palettes for spring and summer. And I know 40 is a lot, but I wanted to pull all of these out. That way maybe we could swatch them, talk about different color combos and all of those things that excite me. So that way maybe I can re-inspire you to use what you might already have in your collection, or if you are looking for something, I can share my thoughts about them with you guys. I am excited, so let's go ahead and get into it. So, if this is your first time here, my name is Heather, and I love all things makeup, especially colorful makeup. I mean, I am the epitome of colorful makeup today. But if you happen to love those things too, I really hope you will subscribe, stick around. I would love to see you down below in the comments. But yeah, I'm excited for this video. I had a lot of fun. I've done a lot of rankings lately. To be honest, I'm waiting for a lot of stuff to get to me. That way I can film like looks and stuff for you guys. But I haven't done a lot of rankings in the last month or two. So it's been nice to be able to like sit down, go through my collection, and just look at what I have and re-fall in love with it all myself. And I'm excited to share my excitement with you guys. Like I said, there have been a lot of rankings lately. I just did my May and June ranking. I did my 6-month ranking, a cool tone ranking, and now here we are doing this video. Well, this isn't really a ranking though, because that would be too much. So we're just gonna chat. Why don't we just go ahead and start with what is on the eyes. I did not film this look. I just sat down today, listened to an audiobook, and was having fun creating this. It was a lot of fun just sitting here and hanging out with myself, drinking my cherry chai latte that I made because Starbucks rudely discontinued my drink, but I finally found the stuff to make it on Amazon. That's all besides the point. But I was just hanging out and creating this look, and I did it with the Ocean Jewel palette. Now, if my 6-month ranking is up and you have seen it, this one ranked pretty high. You'll have to watch it to see where, but I love Bella Beauty Bar. They are one of my top favorite brands, and one of the things that I look for during summertime are these bright, vivid colors. And if you know anything about me, one of my favorite things personally are these really beautiful blue tones. I love the purples with the greens as well. I just think it's so beautiful. I love the teals added in here, and I love the way this look turned out. I have yet to use this shade, and I'm dying to do so. I'm just dying to, and I wanted to today, but I really feel like the only way it's gonna work the way that I want to use it, because I want to do it all over the lid, is if I did some kind of like purple monochromatic look, and I really wasn't feeling that today. I wanted something bright and vibrant and fun, so I went with this, and I love the way it turned out. But I love this palette so much. It is so beautiful, and the packaging is so reflective, and I feel like the packaging really represents what is inside, and this theming is so Bella Beauty Bar. Makes total sense. But these shimmers, you guys, they are so delicious. But before we even do the shimmers, the bright shades are so pretty. I have another one in here from them. Let's go ahead and pull that one out while we're here. But I wanted to bring out the melted mattes as well. So for summertime, what I'm looking for is the 2 bottom rows. These neons in this palette are no freaking joke. They're the best neons I've ever used, like ever. You know how sometimes, most of the time, I feel like neons are really chalky and they just kind of look patchy. They're really finicky to work with. You have to like really pack them on, and you just be kind of careful with them, or they do have like a different type of base and stuff. These are not that. They are so pigmented. I'm trying to dry my hands. They are so pigmented, bright and beautiful and fun and amazing. I was truly shocked. You don't even need a white base for these. I wish this was just a neon palette. Like, they are so pretty. They are so good. I love them so much. But this palette was really good. I just wish they would have put the palette that released alongside it, the Molten Chromes. I also recommend this one for summer as well, because it does have those really bright summery colors. I mean, it's ice cream themed. It makes total sense. The shade Dissolve is one of my favorites in my collection, but these like more fiery shades, I really love, like the oranges and the pinks and all of those things, because I feel like they just scream summer. Those fiery looks. It's so delicious. It makes me so excited, but I just love the brighter neons. And I am so in love with the Bella Beauty Bar matte formula. They are one of my top favorites, but their shimmers are just truly next level, and I feel like this eye look screams that. And I have a lot of you guys ask me a lot about creasing, so let me tell you, it is midnight when I'm filming this. I have had this look on for quite a while. I have not patted this out, and as you can see, there is no creasing. I personally do not deal with that, and I know some people do, and it's people that I trust, like Angelica Nyquist. Some of you guys have told me that. I know Angelica does have more hooded eyes than I do as well, but the shimmer shades I use today are this shade and the shade I was trying to make the mistake of reading that. You can forget it. I cannot pronounce that. Now, they kind of are smoother. All of the shades in this palette are their more smooth formula, except for this one. This one is a little more flaky. You can kind of see the texture there. I have so much eyeshadow under my nails, it's not even funny, because I was swatching before, like looking at these palettes, trying to pick stuff out, but it's so delicious. I love them. One of my favorite brands. Oh, and I do have a code with them as well. If you are new here, you might not know that. It is AOML, and it will save you 10% off your order. It is also affiliated. I need a bigger desk. I'm also, I've been promising Amanda I was going to switch our bedrooms. I've been promising her that for so long, but I'm going to do it because I'm also going to move my filming room to our spare room. I'm tired of being in the attic, you guys, so we might get a new backdrop, or at least a new white wall behind us. I might actually paint it. Let me know if you have any paint color ideas. So this one screams summer, theme and all. It's the OCEANO palette from CLIONADH. Had a complete brain lapse, but again, those bright colors, and we have this bright orange. This shade is so stunning, but this is giving ocean vibes in such a fun way, and I love this palette so much. It is so bright and fun, and it just makes me so happy to look at it. I do want to provide swatches for these, but I also, there's 40 palettes here, and most of them, a big chunk of them, don't have swatches yet, which means I'll have to swatch them all, and I'm like, do I want to be lazy? That's the question. Oh, it's so pretty, you guys. The shimmers in here are gorgeous. The matte formula is different than what I'm used to. It's a little more airy, if that makes sense. Although it does blend very nicely. It is pigmented, and it lasts on the lid and everything. I had no issues with it whatsoever. You do just get a lot of kick up in the pan, so maybe make sure you tap your brush, or just do your eyes first. Just keep that in mind if you decide to pick it up, but I really love it. CLIONADH has one of the best shimmer formulas of all time. They're up there in my top 10 for sure. I love them. So maybe you want something a little more muted, and when that's the case for me, this is one that I love, and it is the Sigma Quarter Rosa. There's something about the tones in this palette that just screams summer to me, and I think this palette is so beautiful. Honestly, if you stuck to one side of the palette, specifically like these oranges, the browns, you could really make this work for fall as well. Maybe it's like a good transition type of palette, transitioning into from summer into fall. But I think it's so beautiful, and I think you can create like such beautiful sunset looks with it as well. I'm so glad I picked it up. I bought it off of recommendation from Samantha March a few years ago, and I'm so glad that I have it. They have a very nice formula. It's very reliable, you know what I mean? You know it's going to be good every time. Their shimmers, well, the Little Mermaid palette and the Alice in Wonderland, I do feel like they really like stepped up their formula, specifically with the Little Mermaid, because they did multi-chromes and stuff like that. That palette is wonderful as well too, but I wanted to bring this one in because for me, this one just says summer, and when I'm wanting something a little more softer than what I have on today, this is something that I like to pick up, like reach for personally. Let me know if you have this one. I love the packaging too. I think it's so pretty. Now the next one is so beautiful too. Well, obviously I love them all. I think they're all beautiful or they wouldn't be in this video. But it's the one from Singe Beauty, the Agate Temptation. I love the packaging of this. And again, you could make this one work for fall too. But for me, it says summer, and it's got that bright green and the beautiful pop of orange. This shade is stunning, but I love these like more murky tones, and you have the more warm neutrals, and this pop of mustard is delicious. I love that she put this in here because I feel like it adds this really cool twist to it. Pun not intended, but it's so fun. I love this one, and for me, this is a staple for summer. You guys know I just went on a few trips, and this one did go with me because it's such a good summer palette. And I think she did such a good job on it. And let's be honest, everything right now is cool, which don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. I love cool tones, but I do love warm tones too. And it's nice to see a brand pop out with something a little different than what's going on, because like, let's switch it up a little bit. You know what I mean? What's wrong with that? I love it. I think it's fantastic. This is one of my favorite palettes of all time, and it's the Unearthly Cosmetics Don't Be Jelly. I love this, and for me, this is such a perfect summer palette. It's giving ocean vibes again, like the CLIONADH palette, but it is so beautiful, and I love the looks that I created with this, and I still create with this all the time. The shimmers in here are so pretty. This one specifically, Hydrospace, is one of my favorites. And Brine is pretty too. But Unearthly has such a good shimmer formula. But I love creating looks with this palette so much. You guys know I love green and purple. So like this in the inner part of the crease and the inner corner. And then do the purple like out here in the crease, deepen up with Sea Urchin. Ooh, and you could do this on the lid. That shade is so pretty with Brine. Let's swatch it out on the hand. I'll show you. You could do Hydrospace as well, or Jellyfish, but I would do Luminescence because it is a little different. It's unexpected, and I feel like that would make it even better. Okay, so I would only do a little bit of this deep shade. I would want to keep it mostly those two. And in between these two shades, do a little bit of Jellyfish, like in the center, to help those two blend together. And then it also gives you that more purple pop. Do you see like how that could come together on the eye? That would be so freaking gorgeous. This is just a fun palette. There are so many fun looks you can create with it. These two together are beautiful with this on the lid. I mean, you could do these two. You could do these two in the crease with any of these, or the green on the lid. Like, there's so many fun looks. The blue and the purple is fun. I've done that one. I just love this one. I think it's so phenomenal. And this one was my first one I got from NPR from Unearthly. It's the high temp. And again, I told you I love those fiery looks. The undertones in this palette are fabulous. It's not even just that though. There's a lot of things I love about this one. The first thing being these two shades, the undertones. This is like a bright banana, like banana taffy. But these two colors together are delicious. I love them. They're so pretty. I love them so much. But it's not even just that. First of all, the shimmers are so good. You have a multi-chrome on each side, and then each one of these are just like really good metallics. But these reds, this matte red, is like the best matte red I've ever used in my life, and it's easy to blend. The orange is good too. Chef's kiss. This is a phenomenal palette, but the shimmers are really pretty. Let me show you. Blazing is so good. One swipe swatch and you can see there, it's so pretty. And then let's do, might as well do all the shimmers. This is the shade Glowing. It is metallic. I'll try to help you see. It has like a gold peachy pink shift. It's really pretty. It goes so well with these two shades. Toasty is like such a pretty like pure gold. Might help if I put it in a place you guys can actually see it with my crooked double jointed arms. It's just so pretty. But I love Muggy too. You guys know I love those like darker shimmers. This one's dark without being too dark, and it's kind of like the shade Feverish, like that's its base, but it has this really gorgeous gold flip. Again with the crooked arms. It's just really pretty. This is such a perfect summer palette, and I love the artwork. I always love Unearthly's artwork. I think it's so fun. So this next one I love because it's so bright and beautiful and bold and chaotic. It is a very unique color story, and because of that, I feel drawn to it. I do feel very inspired by its color story, but it is the Nueva Vida palette. So this one really pushes me to think outside of the box, and I love that. I feel like, because this is a collaboration with Steph from Steph's Beauty Stash, and she is a very sweet person from what I can gather from her videos, but it pushes me to think outside the box as of like color combos, because you guys know I love two-tone looks. So when I look at palettes, I always try to think of the two-tone looks I can create, and this one is a little harder to think of like that, but when I do, oh, they're so good. I love it. I love the bright colors that are in here as well. It's really fun. Gorman Girls has one of my favorite formulas. Now these neons are nice neons, yes, but I will say you need to use a white base, and these are ones that are a little bit more finicky. Out of the ones I've used, besides the ones from Gorman Girls, I mean from Bella Beauty Bar, these are the other ones that I prefer. I prefer these over the ones in the Surge palette from Blend Bunny, but you do have to like pack them on, you know what I mean? So, but I think this one is super fun, and I enjoyed creating looks with it. You guys are gonna have to let me know if you have your hands on it. I do have looks up with this one, but my channel was like really new. The videos are not good. Trust me, don't go there. These shimmers are pretty, and when I look at a palette, I always go straight to the shimmers, not only because I love them, but that's also how I like to plan my looks out. I look at the shimmers first, and whatever shade, like shimmer I'm the most drawn to, I try to pair the mattes according to that shimmer, and that's how I create my looks. But I think this one was really fun. And again, it forces me to be a little more creative. It is one of those palettes though where you have to want to really think about what you're gonna do. It's not one that you can like sit down and just see a bunch of looks come to you all at once, but sometimes I think that's nice. Now this one, however, when I look at this palette, I see so many looks that I almost get so overwhelmed with excitement that I just, I can't even stand it. So it's the Call of Sirens from Gourmand Girls. This one I did get in PR, and this palette is freaking beautiful. It's so phenomenal, and it screams summer. I mean, it's mermaid themed, so obviously it's perfect for summer. And I do like these darker, moody jewel tones. I think they're beautiful. And the thing I love about Gourmand Girls is she always creates such fun, cohesive color stories, but she always adds this fun twist to them as well that makes it to where you can create way more looks with her palettes than what you might be able to with other brands, because she adds that twist. And her formula is truly so phenomenal. Her shimmers are so good. I literally just swatched this palette for another video, but I don't even care. Like, do you see how glossy and just beautiful they are? She has one of my favorite formulas of all time. Like, look at those shimmers. They are so shiny and reflective and beautiful and fun. This shade right here, Lorelei, is just so beautiful. It has like this gold, orange, deep purple shift. It is just truly so beautiful. You can kind of see it there, but I think this one is beautiful. There are so many good looks. The only thing I would change about it is I do wish there was like a lighter shade, whether it be a pastel of some kind, maybe like a light mint green pastel or something. I think it would have made it even better, simply because I like a lighter shade to use for inner corner. Now you do have this shade, but I don't feel like you can use it for all of your looks. Maybe most, but not all of them. But you can simply just pull something in. That's just me being picky, but I think it's so beautiful, so dark and mysterious. It's like the dark side. Oh wait, I didn't do, yeah I did, Elixir of Life. That's this shade right here. It's so pretty. One of like the best pink metallics I've ever seen. And in the pan, it's like one of those really pretty marbled shades. I love the looks I did with this. Highly recommend you check out my video if you have not seen it. This palette is one of those palettes that shocked me for how much that I really, really loved it. And I didn't even expect the launch, so it really shocked me. But this is the GLAMLITE Garfield palette, and I love this. Again, with the fiery looks. You could kind of use this for fall as well, but with this bright shade and these shimmers, I feel like it also works so well for summertime. It's just so pretty. I love this color story, and this is the palette that made me realize that I love gray with purples and those more wine types of shades. I just think they're so beautiful. I love mixing them. But this is the palette that started it all. It's so pretty. The formula in here is great. I love the GLAMLITE formula, but sometimes they do have a formula in their palettes, like the Kiss palette. I've had a few people tell me they liked it, and if you do, that's amazing. But I didn't though, and I didn't like most of the things in that collection, which kind of sucks because it wasn't cheap, you know. That's besides the point. But I did love this. I loved it so much. One of my favorite looks, let me show you. The World's Cutest Kitty. Mondays, of course. Lasagna, yes. I did the World's Cutest Kitty, the gray, all throughout the crease. And I don't think I used Lasagna, actually. Let me take that one out. I used the shade Mondays, and I deepened up the crease with that. Let me show you what they look like blended together. Like, that is, I love it. It's so pretty. And then I did Catitude on the lid. It's stunning. And honestly, I love that look so much. But looking at this palette, I think, because if you look at the shimmer, there's a little bit of gold in there. And it makes me think, even though it sounds crazy, I feel like you could add this kind of in the center at an angle. Yes. And it would add a pop. Yes. That is pretty. I need to recreate that. I need to take a picture of this. That could be really pretty. If you try it, let me know. I would love to hear how it turns out, but let's deepen up that purple. Add some depth back in there. Yes. Man, I wish I had like a set of eyes I could do makeup on as I talk about palettes and just show you guys different looks. You know what I mean? That would be so nice. Is there an app or something? I wonder. That could be a fun video if there is. And I could like do looks on an app and show you guys like the color combos. That might be really fun. I need to look into that. This is my baby and it's from Gourmand Girls. Oh, the Peach Perfect. So I've been going nuts over the Mocha Moment. And I still, like, I love that one, but I don't know, like, now I can't decide which one's my favorite. But this, I love this so much. This should have been in my Cool Tone ranking, actually. I don't know why it wasn't. But this is beautiful, you guys. I love this. And I love the muted tones. And you'll see in this video, I have some other palettes like that. Sometimes I like that, too. Like, for instance, Spring Magic. This is more of a beachy palette. These tones are more muted. We'll get back to that. But this is giving a similar vibe. And I love that. It's kind of like a peach garden or something like that. And it makes me think of summer, but the looks, oh my God, I love the looks I did with this. I would love to play with this again sometime soon. This is one of my favorite palettes in my collection. The shimmers are so good. Papa Don't Peach is one of my favorite shimmers of all time. It's so pretty. And then, what's this one? And the Georgia Peach, the shade names. The Way I Giggled. This one I did by myself. It was before I got put on her PR list. Actually, I forgot to bring out the Calavera palette. That one is a good one too. That palette works for every season. But look at them shimmers, honey. Oh, you could just create so many looks with this. My favorite color combo, though, is peach. Well, not my favorite. One of my favorites. I have many favorites. But one of my favorites is peach and green together. Like peach in the inner corner and then green in the outer. Or you can find a way to do both. And then one on the lid. That Papa Peach shade is like the perfect shade for the lid. Like this in the inner corner or this one. And then you can do Papa Don't Peach out in the outer corner, blend it out with Peach for the Stars, do a little peach fuzz, or I mean fuzzball on the outer with a little Papa Don't Peach. It's a great combo. Or you could just do Peach Please in the inner corner, or Peach for the Stars, and then do the Peach Boys in the outer corner, and I'm Peachless, and then do Your Peach or Papa Don't Peach on the lid. That would be beautiful as well. There are so many options to be had. You could do Georgia Peach in the inner corner with that. This one is beautiful. I created one of my favorite looks of all time with this palette. I think it's phenomenal. Again, she's so good at doing palettes with a twist, and the twist in this one is the mix of cool and warm tones. It's chef's kiss. I love that she's doing the Pantone Color of the Year palettes. I think that was really smart, and I'm happy to support. But another one of my favorite palettes, and it's not peach and green, but it is orange and green, and it is the Unearthly Cosmetics Daily Grind. I love orange and green are my two favorite colors, like in life in general. I love them, and these murky oranges are delicious. They make me so happy. And I've said like 3 times this week, if you catch me swatching mattes, they're good. Oh, they make me so happy, you guys. This palette is so good. Someone just told me a couple of weeks ago they picked this up because of me, and that makes me so happy, and I hope you love it so freaking much. I really do. Because I think it's beautiful. I think it's so good. And it's so perfect for summer, is it not? Again, it's like citrus fruit. That's summer. I'm almost positive I swatched the same shade twice. But I like to use this one and do two-tone looks as well. Those are my favorite, and I'm trying to not do them as much because I know I do them all the time, but those are my favorite types of looks to do, and that's my favorite way to use this palette because I love orange and green together. It's such a fun combo. On the unearthly train, we might as well just keep going. We have, what is this one called? Strawberry Milkshake. This one is like kind of newer to me. I bought it last summer, but I've only used it twice. But is it not perfect for summertime, you guys? This one does have the reformulated. This is the reformulated one with the magnetic pans. All the ones I've showed you from Unearthly have magnetic pans. But this is so summer. These bright colors, the pink and the greens, that's another really fun color combo. I love the yellow in here too because it goes with any of these colors. But the green beside that, like, don't you just want to find a way to make that work in an eye look so bad? It's so pretty, I cannot even stand it. And this shade is kind of like cool tone gray, so you could turn any one of these shades cooler, which is really cool. That's a twist, that adds the twist to the palette. I really like that because these two would be really good. You could blend this shade out with that, which means you could use, let me see. First, look at the yellow. So pretty. Just want to see how pigmented this is. It's pretty pigmented, but let's see how well it blends. I literally just blended this for 3 seconds, guys. Technically, you don't even need a blending shade for that, but let's try the green as well. So there's a brush. So this is a clean one, but this is what it looks like not blended. Let's blend it in this direction. It blends just as easily. It's like literally blending into nothing on the edge. Let's pick up some more. Yeah, so technically you really don't even need a shade, but let's see what it looks like blended with that shade Whip. Because it's showing up white. So you could blend either of those shades with that and then build up for as much as you want. So technically you could do those in the crease. You could even make it a deep grungy look and just do this on the lid. I will say the shimmers in this one, they're pretty, don't get me wrong, but they're a little lackluster. They're not giving the way they do in the Daily Grind or the other Unearthly palettes. They're not as fun as her palettes are now. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about Spring Magic. I mean, it's here and look at it. Oh, I just love the beachy vibes of this. I actually have another one. Let's go ahead and pull it out. And it's the Coastal palette from Simply Posh. So if I'm going for a beachy vibe, I'm going to pull out one of these. And if I'm being honest, the one that I'm going to pull out is going to be this one. I love this one too, but I love this formula. And with Simply Posh, I feel like what you see is what you get. The shades layer a little, but Unearthly's shades layer a lot more. You can get more depth out of their darker shades, and I'm a very dramatic girly, so if you're not, you will really love the Simply Posh one too. And this one does pull a bit more neutral, so if you love that, you'll love that. Well, if you enjoy the neutral aspect, you will enjoy that one more. But I love this one. Again, the blues and the greens. And I love the muted tones of this half of the palette. But Unearthly has one of my favorite shimmer formulas. I love them so much. They are one of my favorite brands, as I've said already in this video. I just saw a post she made and it got me in my feelings. I love them. They're phenomenal. Like, look how shiny and just pretty. Their formula is so thin and it feels like silk almost. It's very, very nice. Very beautiful, very smooth. If you are someone who's worried about like texture showing or anything like that, I think you will really enjoy this one because it doesn't show texture. This shade is so pretty. It's called Dragonfly. You guys are seeing purple, but I see green. Let me swatch it all the way around so you can see it fully. There you go. It's so stunning. It's so pretty. She did a good job on this color story, and I've talked about it in a lot of videos, so I'm sorry for being redundant if you guys have watched them all, but I love that you can follow the quads to create a look with these palettes. Like this one on the lid is pretty, but she always lays her palettes out in a way to where you can follow the row to create a look, or you can always follow the quads. This quad, look at it as an eye look. Look at this color story. Like if you did this all through the crease, or you could do something more two-toned, but deepen up with this, and then this on most of the lid, and then this on the front half. That's such a pretty look. This shimmer, let me come back a little so you guys can see it. It's so pretty. While I'm doing that though, let me show you Sunshine. This shade is really pretty too. I'm getting carried away though because I was talking about something completely different. But what I was saying is I love that you can follow along the quads. This quad is such a pretty look. So is this one. This is probably my favorite quad. It's honestly a tie between that one or this one. Both are incredible. Like, there's so many fun looks, or you can mix it up, mix and match. I love doing that as well. But following along with the quads, just picking a quad in a palette, especially when it's a brand that lays them out like that, and just finding a way to make it work. Make yourself do it. I'm telling you, you're gonna feel so inspired and be so excited by the looks you created, because you will create such fun and exciting things, and they will make you happy. You just gotta trust the process. That's the hardest part. And I used to, like when I first started doing eyeshadow, I would wipe it off and start over when I didn't like something, and I learned that not to do that anymore. I stopped doing it because a lot of times looks don't look good until they're done. It happens often. So I just recommend pushing yourself to just keep going, and sometimes you might not like the look, but I mean, what do you have to lose? You know, so what if you have a crappy makeup day? I mean, I know it sucks, but it's worth it because most of the time it really does pay off. But this is such a good summer palette. I think it's beautiful, and it's one of my favorites, honestly. Unearthly just nails it every time. So while we're at it, let's go ahead and talk about the Coastal palette. So this one is beautiful. Again, it's giving like that sandy, beachy vibes, and I love that as well. There is more of a neutral twist on it. You could honestly, if you take these out, you could totally make it work for fall. Take these out and it's a neutral palette. And that's beautiful because you can do those more neutral looks with a pop of color, which is really fun. That seems to be a theme right now in the indie community as well. But I think this one is beautiful. I like Simply Posh. They don't have my favorite formula, but I don't think it's bad at all. The reason they're not a favorite for me, like I said earlier, if I had to choose between the two, I would pick the one from Unearthly, is the way they lay their their palettes out, and this is magnetic. I could simply mix it up, but because I do YouTube and I show my palettes in videos like these, I don't like to do that. But where it's laid out in a gradient, it makes it hard for me. But if you're someone who likes monochromatic looks and you can just follow these rows and just create an easy look, I can see why this would be attractive to people. But for me, it kind of stunts my creativity and makes me not as excited to use it in a way. It's hard to explain. It's just a personal preference kind of thing. But this is a really beautiful palette. They have a beautiful formula. But my favorite summer palette from them is this one, the Citrus Punch. I bought this last summer and I haven't used it enough. Let's be honest. Look at the pan. You can still see the embossings in them because I have not used it enough. I've used a couple of the mattes and a lot of the shimmers. I'm probably gonna go ahead and add this to my stack of shame after this video. That shade is stunning. It's like a pinky green. It's called Sour. But they did say, I don't know if this is still in stock on their site, but they are not restocking any of their older palettes, which I can understand why. They are a very, very small indie brand, and it is costly to have to restock. And usually when you restock, your palettes don't sell the way they sold the first time because most people already have them. So then you're just stuck with the stock, and then you can't have another launch because your money's like sitting on the shelf. You know what I mean? So I get it. But these shimmers are really good in this palette, and I love the bright colors. This is exactly what I'm looking for summertime. So for me, this is a companion palette because I like the deepening up shades, but I could still create some fun looks with this without those shades. I just need to stop and push myself out of my comfort zone. But even though this one is a gradient, it's just so bright and fun that I can almost see past it, and it's exciting. I really want to use this one. We need to do some summer looks soon. But these are really, really pretty. They're really shiny, but they're more of, there are some duos in there, but they are more of your, standard shimmer formula. They're not as reflective as some of the other brands we're going to be talking about, like this one, the Dragon Fruit palette. Again, with the pinks and the greens. I need to be careful with this one because she's been through a few moves and stuff, so it flakes a little. You guys, I am so covered in glitter. But this is with a collaboration between CLIONADH and Emily Violet Marie. And I love this. It's so pretty. I got this a few years, well, when it launched, it was 2022, I think. But they sent me the new packaging, which I love because my old one was broke. And I love that they did that for people because they totally didn't have to. They could have ignored it. These shimmers in here are just truly so beautiful, and I don't do all shimmer looks, but this is a really good palette to add in with any kind of neutral palette, because then you could really give it those bright, beautiful pops of color, you know what I mean? Or you could add it in with any other colorful palette, because you do have these more bright poppy greens. They are so pretty. I just ripped off a chunk. But look at those. That's what I love about a shimmer formula, when they are so reflective. And this one is serving. This one blew me away. No joke. This is so good. The Drops of Fantasy from DD Signature. The packaging on this is so good, and that was my only critique about the brand, is I felt like the packaging on the palettes needed work, and I feel like she did it with this launch. And from what I can see with the next one, I think she did it again, and that makes me really happy for her because her formula is phenomenal. I love it. I almost dropped it. So this one I did get in PR. I do have a code with DD Signature, and it is AOML, but this screams summer. And again, I do love the packaging, and I feel like it's giving on the inside what it's giving on the outside, which I love as well. These beautiful bright colors. It almost looks like a rainbow palette, but it's totally not. The undertone she picked really makes this next level. I love this. Like, imagine the peach in the inner corner, this out here in the outer corner. You don't even have to deepen it up. I personally would probably with this shade or this dark blue personally, but let's pretend we're not and just do those two shades. Or you could do like the peach on top, or this shade on top and the peach on the lower lash line, and then maybe add a little bit of pink to deepen up the peach. But the reason I want the peach and this shade together is because of this shade. This shimmer, you guys, is so good. I did not even mean to say it like that. It's so good. And it really ties these two shades together as well. Let's do another look up here. We could do the pink. Okay, I love that one even more. So you see the shimmer there, and then you have those two pinks and the green. So you do the pink, the green in the inner part of the crease, and then do these two in the outer part, and like on the lower lash line do the same thing, and then do that shimmer on the lid, and you can see that shimmer better like on my hand. It's just so pretty. It's got like a peach, pink, green flip. It's so pretty, you guys. Makes me so happy. And these are so bright and vivid and beautiful. I think they would work so well on deeper skin tones. Like, they are bam in your face pigmented and just so beautiful. This shade is so pretty too. I mean, they all are, but I'm just showing you my favorites because it's 1 a.m. and I stayed up till, I didn't stop filming until almost 3 o'clock in the morning last night because I was filming my 6-month ranking, and I didn't go to bed till like 4:30. And Amanda's like, girl, you know, it's almost 1 o'clock. You do not want to repeat of yesterday. But this shade is so pretty. Float and Magic. And it really is magic. Oh, it's so stunning. This is just such a good palette. There's so many good looks. You could do like the purple with the blues. You could do the greens with the yellow, like both greens. And this on the lid. I like adding, like doing, you could do like a full monochromatic look with the green and the yellow and the deeper green. Do this shade, Bubble with Joy, on the lid because it's like more yellow, but it has a little bit of green to it as well. It's really reflective and beautiful. But then find like a contrasting shimmer. Like even this one would be cool, honestly. Or you could do this one because it has a bit of a green base. There's a little purple to it, but I don't think I would do that one. I would do this one, the first one I showed you. Like do this in the center of the lid, like at the angle again. And it's going to really add that pop of color, which is so fun. And then you could pick one of these colors that are in this multi-chrome and add that as like your liner. And it's going to tie it all together. And it's so fun. That's my favorite way, or one of them, to do looks as well. I love adding in that random pop of color. It just really draws attention to it. And it's so fun. Okay, so this is a really old one. It is a throwback, and it was my first palette from GLAMLITE. It's the Ice Cream Dream palette, and this was also my first pastel palette. And you can't really see, but honey, there is dips in these pans. I used the hell out of this palette. I loved it so much, specifically like this bottom half. There's like, I have pan in that shade, actually. Pan in that shade. Pan in that shade. Like, this was such a favorite. But it was a companion palette for me, because I've always liked dramatic looks. But, oh, there's pan in that shade too. I'm going to stop. But I love this so much because these are some of the best pastels I've ever used in my life. And I wish they would bring it back. I hate even talking about it, which is why I don't talk a lot about my GLAMLITE palettes, because they come and go so fast. You know what I mean? And I don't like creating FOMO if I can help it. So I don't talk about them a lot, but let me know if you have this one down below. But man, it was so good. I wish they would do like some of their older stuff. I wonder if it's still like the same good quality that it used to be, because it is old. I think I got it in 2020, but I really just love this. I created probably hundreds of looks with this. On my days off or before I would go to work, I would sit and watch YouTube videos and do my makeup, wipe it off, do it again, and I did that all day long for years, like for like 5 years. It was my whole life and I loved it so much. But the shimmers still look nice. Now these are more of your like standard types of shimmers, but these, I mean, they still look really nice. But I had to mention this. This is like the ultimate summer palette, and I would love to see them bring it back. This is one. I don't know if this one's still available either, because again, they come and go so fast from them. But it is the Fresh Prince. I actually just got a comment on this video today, which it's an old video. It kind of surprised me, but this is an awesome palette. Again, you have those really bright, vibrant shades, and this has their really good formula in it as well, which made me very happy. But these shimmers are stunning. Look at the eyeshadow all over me. Really reflective and beautiful. But my favorite thing about GLAMLITE is their matte formula. I do think they have a really fun matte formula, and they do come out with some pretty iconic IP collabs, and it makes me happy for them to see them like doing so well and like being bigger. I love Fresh Prince, so there was no way in hell I was skipping on this collection, but I do miss their regular collections, like just their launches. And the next one is the Barbie palette. It's the Dream Summer palette. I mean, it's in the name, you know? But look at these tones. This one is gorgeous, and you can tell she has been used and abused, because I love this palette. Now, to be honest, it's been a minute since I've used it, but when I did, honey, I did, and it is beautiful. These metallics are really stunning. And this is one of my favorites. I love the tones. It's one of my favorite GLAMLITE palettes for sure. And their mattes are just so beautiful and fun. And I love that they did like all these bright colors, and then you have these more aqua leaning colors, but then you have these. It gives the palette this twist, and I think that makes it so fun. But I created a lot of fun looks with this one. The only thing I'm not crazy about with this palette is the gradient. You can see it. And I understand why brands do that. It's not my thing, but I think this one is phenomenal for summer. We'll get back to the swatching once I get to the ones that really just excite me, you know what I mean? But I do get excited by this one, but not like I do from like Artitude and all of them, you get it. But this one excites me. The Scooby-Doo palette. I love this one. This color story is phenomenal, but it is so good for summertime, especially if you look at it like this row specifically, but these shimmers too. It is so beautiful, and I love this shade. It's like the Kraft macaroni and cheese kind of shade, and I think it's so pretty. But I love the looks that I created with it. I loved these three together specifically, like the green and then these two. Or you can switch it up, do this in the inner corner and then these two in the outer corner. We had like this mystery dinner boat thing where we rode on the Sternwell boat because we live along the Ohio River. But and they had like this mystery dinner where there was like this murder mystery thing, and you had to like try to solve the murder. But I wore this palette for that dinner, and I loved the look that I created so much. And you have these like really two perfect shimmers for it, and it was perfect. I loved it. I'm pretty sure I pulled something else in. That way I had those lighter shades too, but I mean this palette can create a very similar look to this without like those special shimmers. I mean, I live for those, don't get me wrong, but you could get a very similar vibe with this palette, but it's so beautiful. It is really big, but I loved Scooby-Doo when I was a kid. It reminds me of my older brother too, which is another reason I was excited to pick it up. I used to buy all of the GLAMLITE collections, but I can't afford it anymore. Like, they come out with way too many and I can't keep up. There's just too many. Okay, you guys, so I have to tease you with one more pastel palette that is not available. I just checked, which is sad. But then I'm going to show you my actual favorite one that is available. So the first one is the GLAMINATRIX Pretty in Pastels. So I actually reviewed this on my channel and I gave it a so-so review, but I was using the NYX glitter glue with this palette with the shimmers, and I don't think that glitter glue works with the GLAMINATRIX shimmers, at least not the ones in this palette, and I actually haven't used it in a long time. I've been using the one from Gourmand Girls or Bella Beauty Bar or Dive Rune or CLIONADH. That's really my go-to one at the moment, and their shimmers work great with those, but I felt like the NYX glitter glue really dulled them down, so that's why I kind of gave it a so-so review. But I freaking love this color story because you have the pastels, you have the medium shades, and the deeper shades. And even though this is a gradient, it's not really because of the undertones. The only one, my only critique on this palette is these two shades. They're kind of too similar. Especially on the eye, but other than that, this one is beautiful, and I really loved the looks I created with it, especially after I realized that about the shimmers. They're beautiful. They're so beautiful. I cannot wait to get those other two palettes in from them. One of them just shipped. The Tones of Turd palette I won't get till the end of July, because I had to get the second pre-order, but I'm excited for that one too. Like, the most excited for that one. But this one is really beautiful. And again, you guys know I love the depth in my eye look, so my favorite way to use that is with this. And I love that they included them in here. And I just think this one is beautiful. The tones are what made this palette. And again, the shimmers. They're just so glossy looking. But the ones that came out in their newest palette, the Timeless Tones, those are like next level freaking gorgeous. But my favorite pastel palette at the moment, and it is available, like I said, is the Pastel Garden from Bella Beauty Bar. I will scooch on over and pop up a picture of the new packaging because they have redid all of the packaging and stuff, and the new one is magnetic too. I know I've had a few of you, I think it's magnetic. I'll put that information down below in the description box, but I think it is. But it is so beautiful, you guys. I love this, and even though it doesn't have deepening up shades, I did looks with this on my channel not long ago. I'll link that video down below if you guys are interested, but I love them so much more than I expected to, because like I said, I'm so used to the drama in my looks, but they were so fun. The undertones in this palette, I know it's a big palette, but honestly, it's so good that I don't even care. I can live with it. The shimmers in here are so pretty, but I'm going to show you like some of my favorite colors to put together, but these, they're stunning. I love them. They're so reflective. They have just such a good shimmer formula. But the undertones of these two shades together are so pretty, especially with this on the lid, like do a two-tone look. I like doing this one in the outer part and using Azalea to blend it out. And then I did this one, Archangel, on like the inner half of the crease, and then Daylily in the inner corner. And then I did this orange all over the lid with this yellow. It was really pretty. I loved it so much. Even looking at them together in the pan, just, it drew me in. It's one of those palettes, I look at it and I see so much these colors together are really pretty. And with that look, I did have some deeper shades. That's one of the looks I created in my video. But you guys, it's so pretty. They did such a good job. I love this. It's like the ultimate companion palette, especially if you don't like palettes that have a lot of deep shades. It's a great palette for that. Like if you have the Poison Garden, which I love, you guys know, this would go so well with that, and you could really create some cool looks, especially because that's so grungy and this is so bright. It's really gonna be an awesome combo. But I just, man, this one shocked me. I knew I would like it because it's Bella Beauty Bar, but I didn't think I would love it as much as I did as a standalone, and I really did. It shocked me. I am going to be doing a new one of those, a new video, like I did the palettes that shocked me. I'm going to be doing a new one soon, hopefully, and this one should definitely be in it, but there's some other ones that shocked me in here as well, but that one was freaking fantastic. This one shocked me too. The Mingo from Divini Beauty, and this is such a good summer palette because it's got those pinks and greens. This color story is so beautiful. I've swatched this one a lot lately because it's stuck in my head ever since I used it. This was my first time trying this brand and I swooned. You know what I mean? It's so beautiful, pretty and pink. And then you have Guana. Guana is gorgeous. This marbled shade in the center is like really cool, especially if you would pat it on the eye like that. It's really cool. It's such a cool shade, but there's so many fun color combos. I love like watermelon types of looks. I think they're so fun, but even like this quad over here is such a pretty combo. But you could do like this more peachy color with the red in the crease and do that on the lid. You could do a full-on green look. I would do like, I think I did actually, the shade on the inner part and then the brighter pinks over here on the outer, and then pick a shimmer for the lid. Like there's a lot of fun shades in here, and I love that they did like so many different undertones. So even though it is like primarily a pink and green palette, the looks are still going to be like so drastically different, so you don't have to worry about like, you know, sometimes, for instance, the Undergrowth palette from Cosmic Brushes. I love the palette, love the color story, but my one thing with the palette was, at least for the looks that I've created with it, I loved them and thought they were beautiful, but I thought they all looked really similar, and I felt like maybe the colors weren't different enough. You know what I mean? So I feel like this one isn't that. And all of the looks I created with it were like way different. If you haven't seen that video, you should totally check it out. And while we're at it, let's talk about this brand. Well, there's two actually that I've tried recently. Gloss Gods. This is the Dancing Lights palette, and this is so perfect. Absolutely made for summertime, and I love this so much. Like this shade in the inner corner with this on the rest of the, like, you know, the crease, and then deepen up with this one, or you could even do this one, or even a little bit of this with this on the lid. Such a beautiful combo. You could even do a little bit of this on the inner part, maybe a little bit of this on the very inner corner. This is such a pretty palette. I love it so very much. This shade right here is so pretty, and it really ties the purple and that more tealy shade together really well. Let me show you. It's called Midnight Sky, and it's one of those like teal purple types of shades. It's very pigmented. Very. Let me take it all the way across the hand, that way you can see it's full. It's just, it's so pretty. You can really see it on there. It's pretty, but when you look at it, you can see it ties these two shades together. So in the way that I would personally make that work, I would start with this shade, Bliss, and I would do that here in the front part of the crease, So let's swatch it out so you guys can see like the swatches. Sometimes it helps me to visualize. But then in the very inner corner, like kind of how I have this yellow, I would do this shade Illuminate. It's more pastel, like a minty. And the ColourPop liner in the shade Icebreaker would be so good in the waterline. But then I would take the shade Swirls and I would put it on this part of the crease. Then the shade Go North, I would use that to deepen up. Or there is a little bit of blue in here, so you could actually do Arctic Night as well. And actually, just to create like a weird twist to it, I would probably do that one. Just because it's a little more unexpected. Maybe even do a little bit of both. But just for the sake of not making this overwhelming, we'll just do this. Like, do you see how all those colors pull into that one shade? But if you don't want a full-on dark lid like that, you do have other options. First of all, this shade would definitely be what I did on the front half of the crease. This shade would be pretty too. No, it's too green. So let's add that. So pretty. But as for the rest of the lid, like in the center, because I would just do that dark shade like right here on this half, and then this shade I would concentrate more like right here in the very like inner corner part. Guys, it's 2 a.m. I don't know my life right now, but I would probably do Magic Moment because it's like a light purple, but it has a slight blue shift as well. And that color story, I feel like, is so pretty. And it kind of like really pulls in the whole vibe of the palette as well. It's just such a pretty one. And even if you don't like the deeper shade, you could still use those mattes and those shimmers on the lid. It's 10 out of 10. I really love this shade too. Polar Sky. This would be pretty with this matte crease I have today. It's not showing up the way it looks. Like, there you go. You can see it better like that. But this is a fantastic palette for summertime. And honestly, I like to use seasons as inspiration, but I do whatever I feel like doing. Like I told you guys recently in another video, I took all grungy palettes on a spring vacation to Greece and Croatia. I wish I would have brought some more vibrant ones, but I don't go by seasons, you know what I mean? I just go by whatever I'm feeling in the moment. But the other new brand that I tried recently is Kemia Cosmetics. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but this is the Frosted Fairy Prismatic Pastels. And I was pleasantly surprised by this one too. This color story is beautiful, and honestly I had so much fun with this matte formula and shimmer formula as well. The only thing I will say is there are some chunky shimmers in here. They're not too chunky. Like, let me show you. You can see like they're flaky. They're not all like that, but there are a few. But the way they smooth out, and they are a freaking glossy goddess dream. I love them so much. I had so much fun with this palette, but I do feel like you could probably use this for fall, but it's summer as well, especially with these brighter shades. They're so pretty, you guys. And while these mattes they give off pastel vibes, I don't feel like they are like true pastels by any means. They have a bit more pigment to them, less of that white base, which could be a good thing. Like the pastels in here are these 3 shades. Like I said, they look like pastels. And you know, pastels, like, they work better on a lighter base, but I do think these are pretty nice, and I really enjoyed the formula. Like I said, I had a fun time with this palette. Check out my video if you want some inspiration, but there's so many pretty looks. One of my favorites, just right off the top of my head, is Eden in the front half, The shade on the back half and then these two in the crease together are absolutely beautiful. But like I said, there's so many fun looks you could create with this one. It's just so beautiful. You guys, we are down to 5 palettes now. We're almost there. We're at the finish line. This video has been fun though, even though it's so late. So I have 2 palettes here from Adept. The first one I want to talk about is the Element 115 palette. The packaging on this is so freaking cool, but so is the color story. It's giving me ocean vibes, and I love this pop of color. Like, it's all color, you know, but that is like a bright pop, and it makes me so excited. I think this palette is beautiful, and there are some really gorgeous shades in here, but the next one I show you, I actually love even more. This one I haven't played with nearly enough. And if I'm remembering correctly, I think I've only played with it once. But these shimmers are just so good. Adept is another one of those brands where I truly just, they're at the top of my list, and I judge everyone by them. I compare everyone to them. That's what I meant to say. Ooh, this shade. It's UAP. I thought it said WAP, you guys. But look at that. It's delicious. So, while I think this is a beautiful summer palette, for me this is definitely not a companion palette. The mattes aren't giving what I need them to give. They're too monochromatic for me, but I do love this palette either way, and I love the undertone of this shade, and I love the color of the mattes. I just feel like they go too well with the shimmers, and unless you pair it with like this shade, it's gonna give you those monochromatic vibes, and those just aren't my favorite types of looks personally. So this to me is a companion, but I do love it, so I did want to mention it because not everyone feels that way, and if you have it in your collection, it could be a really fun one to pull out from time to time. So if I created a look with just this palette, I would probably dip into the shade I thought was called WAP, or the shade Reverse Engineer. Let me look at them real quick and we'll figure out. This one's cool too. These are my 3 favorites. Do you see what I mean? Like, the one in the center is a little different, but it is kind of dark. But the other 2, they're more purpley blue shades. And that makes me feel like I can't get a fun look out of it, if that makes sense. I still wanted to mention it, but this isn't one that inspires me. I just love the shimmers. What can I say? This one, however, I freaking love, and I love everything about it. I love the mattes, I love the shimmers, I love the color story, and it is the Cyborg Choir. Oh, and I do have a code with Adept as well. It is AOML if you are interested. You can tell. Look at her. She's a mess. I dig into this one. This one is one of my favorite palettes in my collection. One of my favorite palettes from Adept. If not my favorite, I don't even know. It's so hard to decide. It's so perfect for summer. You have this bright yellow, the bright blue. The shimmers are just so bright and fun and beautiful. And I love the deeper mattes. I just think they nailed this. And I feel like the shimmers and the mattes are so contrasting, and that draws me to it so much. But this would be good with my eye look today, but this, it's almost similar to what is on my lid, actually. Let's compare that. But first, let's swatch this yellow while we're already here. They're kind of similar, but the one from from Adept is just more impactful. So that one is Adept. The one from Bella Beauty Bar feels more silky though. It just depends on like what you're going for. They're giving a different vibe. This one has more of a sheer base, so I think that's why it looks that way when you swatch it. Both are beautiful, obviously. Depends on what you're going for. But these shimmers in this palette are some of my favorite. of all time, and if I do a haul video, this is going to be in it because I love this. I could swatch everything all day. Digital Harmony is so good. I'm just going to swatch 3 of my favorites, and then I will show you some color stories. Binary Beat is delicious. Look at them. They're so pretty. I just love them. Honestly, I'm just seeing like a dark smoky eye, like with the black, and maybe blend it out with these 2 purples, and then Digital Harmony on the lid, or even this one, Robo Rose. That could be really pretty. Or you could do like Robo Rose in the crease, blend it out with Robotic Fusion with Digital Harmony on the lid. That would be pretty. I love the purple and yellow together as well. I feel like those would be pretty in the crease with this in the inner corner. And then you could do Robo Rose or Digital Harmony with Cyber Symphony, or Voltage Violet with Cyber Symphony on the lid. Those could be really pretty as well. It's just such a pretty palette. It's so good. There's that one. I don't think I picked up enough, but it's pretty. Pretty is not even the word for it. My vocabulary is gone. Okay, so this one I brought out because when I went to the Destin, Florida Creators and Friends trip, I actually wore this the day that I went there. And it's the Rosy Jingle from Odin's Eye. I don't know if I'll have my code by the time this video goes up, but they did add me to their PR list, and they're giving me a code, which makes me so happy. If I have one, I'll have it down below. But this was a Christmas launch, but this is such a good like spring summer palette, and I created such a beautiful look with it. Like when I went there, everyone was like telling me how beautiful it was, and in all fairness, I mean, it really was. It really was beautiful. And if you're into pinks and these like more gold pinky shades, they're so pretty, you guys. But they're like so wet looking and reflective. Now they do have shimmers that are more like those putty types of shades, like these 2 up here are. I personally like that formula, and that's all I can speak on. I love their formula. I love their matte formula. I love their shimmer formula. I feel like it's so reflective and glossy on the lids. I don't have any trouble with creasing or fading or anything like that. I feel like their color stories are fun. This is gorgeous, like so perfect. Like you could do the yellows in the crease. I'm pretty sure I did the yellow in the inner corner, and then I did the pinks in the crease in the back half, and then I did this shade on most of the lid, and then this shade on the inner half. Like, look at that. That is so pretty. I love this. It's such a good summer palette. Okay, so I had to bring out this one. It's not available anymore, but it wouldn't be right to not mention Surge, because with the neons and all of these bright colors, I mean, neons scream summer to me. I've said it 100 times in this video, but this is like so good. And I love the deeper mattes, the medium mattes. You have some like more muted pastels almost kind of vibe. The shimmers aren't my favorite. It took me a while to learn how to use the neons in this palette because they are very finicky to work with, at least for me. You can tell by looking at them up close. They are like a different kind of formula. A lot of people loved them, so I don't know if it's a me thing. Let me know down below if you had issues with them. But it did take me a minute to figure out how to work with them. But once I did, I love them. I had so much fun with this palette. I know they had to discontinue it because they could no longer get access to the pigments. But I would love to see them, if they didn't like re-release it, like come out with something similar, maybe reformulate the neon so they're more easy to use. But I just think Even the shimmers, they're still beautiful. I like their shimmers more now because I feel like they've really just amped it up. And that's one thing I do love about them. I feel like with every launch, they just step it up a little more and more. And I love that. But I love this palette. Let me know if you guys have this one in your collection as well. Last palette, and it's one of my favorites, and I saved it for last, but it is the Secret Garden from Bella Beauty Bar, and this is one of my favorite summer palettes of all time because it's pink and green. I love it. I love this like pea green shade in here. It's so fun. These shimmers are so gorgeous, and you could see how loved it is. I have pan in a few shades, and I've had a blast with this palette. I've created so many fun neutral looks, colorful looks, neutral looks with a pop of color. It's just such a good palette. One of my favorites from the brand. It's so hard to choose which one is my favorite. I love this shade here, Oasis. It's so pretty. And this shade, Thistle, the shade of green, this is, and it's so pigmented. And you can see it better from back here. It's just so reflective, like bam in your face. It's been a little while since I've had the opportunity to create a look with this one, this shade. Oh, so pretty. Ooh, and Secrecy is such a beautiful hollow. I freaking lost my mind over this shade when I saw it. Their shimmers, their multi-chromes are just so good. And then we have this shade Serenity. It's like a neutral hollow. Gazebo, I think is, yeah, that's a neutral hollow as well. I wish they sold these as singles because they're so pretty. And my shade Oasis is like half full, so I wish I could get another one. But it's just so pretty. So as I've said a bunch of times in this video, I love mixing the pinks and the greens, especially when you use like the pea green in the inner corner. So I would use like one of these lighter greens in the front half of the crease and then deepen up with the pinks in the outer half. This shade too is so pretty. It has like a peach flip. Can't really see it, but it's stunning. But my favorite look that I did with it was using the neutrals in the crease, and then I did Water Lily in the like inner corner. How I have this yellow, I'm stuttering. But then I did the shade Gazebo all over the lid, and I did a little bit of Oasis in the inner corner, and I like did it as a quick look because we were getting ready to leave to go somewhere, and I love that look so freaking much. It was one of my favorite looks of all time because it was like this surprise pop, and it was so beautiful. But sometimes I forget that you could do like such a beautiful green crease and then put like this shade on the lid or this shade on the lid and then do a two-tone look in that way. Or do a pink crease and then put this shade on the lid. That would be fun with a little bit of Oasis. It's unexpected and it's a really fun twist. And the shimmers are just so fun. And you could pair those neutrals with any of these. And it's really good, just gonna elevate any look, I feel like. Even those, especially those neutral special shades, they're freaking stunning. Well, you guys, now it is like probably 3 a.m. and I am covered in glitter, and I've shown you all of my favorite summer palettes. Now is the time when you tell me what you guys are reaching for. I cannot wait to hear what your favorites are. I love it when you guys leave me your lists and I get to go through them. I've discovered a lot of good brands because of you, and I really freaking appreciate it because I love discovering new indie brands. It really just makes me so happy. Like, I've shown you some really good ones that I've discovered already this year, which is going to make for a really fun video at the end of the year when I rank all of the new brands that I tried. But let me know what you guys think of these palettes, if you have any of them, if you like this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out. If you haven't subscribed yet, I really hope you will. It really does mean a lot. But until next time, bye.